We got two good ones at the top, and we got two bad ones at the bottom, and the NFC West could be the best, could be the worst. San Francisco, we know two things about anything Kyle Shanahan is involved with, John. They will maul you on offense, and they will mug you on defense.
Nice.
That's what it's going to be, like a street fight. San Francisco's got Brock Purdy, burning question, coming off the elbow surgery. Can he hold up to the rigors of a 17-game schedule, which also incorporates practicing all the time and throwing as many passes? Big question. That being said, Christian McCaffrey, most complete, productive running back as there is in the NFL. You add into that whole storyline 3 wide receivers led by Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Very good tight ends. Offensive line that just leans all over you. And on the defensive side of the football, now they got Nick Bosa, and he's got the big check in his back pocket, and he's got 34 sacks in a year and a half. I mean, they are so good on defense. So I think San Francisco, definitely the team to beat. A lot of things have changed in Seattle. I think the burning question that I have, that was a nice season by Geno Smith. Was that for real, what he accomplished? Did somebody turn a light bulb on and solve all the issues that kind of trailed Geno Smith as he bounced around the league? He sure didn't seem to be the same quarterback he was when he scuffled and struggled prior with the New York Jets. They have got themselves 2 heavy-duty running backs, led by Kenneth Walker, Michigan State. The kid that they drafted from Ohio State, Jackson Smith, obviously complements Lockett, complements the other big wide receiver. They're 3 deep there. Defensively, they keep adding Jamal Adams, and then they draft guys. It's like the Legion of Doom defense has been reinvented. And Bobby Wagner comes back in on a 1-year rental to be the play caller in the middle of the defensive line. So I think Seattle's really, really good, but I got to see if that's the real Geno Smith that we saw last year, because we'd never seen that prior. LA Rams, this is going to be dreadful. Outside of Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald, can you name anybody on the Rams roster?
No, not at all.
They opened training camp with 40 free agents. They drafted 14 guys. It's a hodgepodge. Offensive line, they started last year because of retirements and injuries. They started 12 different combinations in the offensive line in 17 weeks. There's no continuity at all. Now, they got a lot of new places, and they've already kicked who is supposed to be their starting left tackle out of the job and moved him inside. Joe Noteboom goes to left guard, and Ulrich Jackson is going to be left tackle. He's hardly played there. They obviously got new pieces. Want to see how this young guard, Steve Avila, who I think is a pretty good football player, if he's the real deal up front. But I just don't like anything I see with the Rams. I think Stafford's going to take a beating, and Cooper Kupp is hurt. He just went to the Mayo Clinic. They can't figure out why he's got this hamstring thing that sidelined him for 5 weeks. Good to go, comes back in practice last week and goes down again. Oh. And if Cooper Kupp's not there, that's not the same group of wide receivers. I don't think they had enough to begin with. They paid a lot of prices to get to the Super Bowl and get that ring 2 years ago. Now all the credit card bills are coming due. So that's a big issue. And in Arizona, owners under fire, fired the general manager, fired the coach, lost the quarterback. Kyler Murray is yet to recover from knee surgery, traded off 3 to 4 veteran guys. I mean, at one point they had DeAndre Hopkins. They let him walk out the door, released him. They just traded Isaiah Simmons, who was a top linebacker safety. He just got traded. They're stockpiling draft picks. It sure looks like a tank job to me, and the season hasn't started. And here's a wild card to this Arizona thing. Like, can they have the number 1 pick? Caleb Williams of USC is supposed to be the number 1 pick coming out. His father has dropped hints. He might not leave USC. He might stay another year with Lincoln Riley, because if it's Arizona, he may not want to go play for Arizona.
Wow.
And he's still got Kyler Murray under contract, and a lot of people question whether he's a student of the game. And the hot weather is not the only bad thing in the state of Arizona right now. Cardinals, to me, are a mess. So let's talk about the slugfest at the top of the division.
Yeah, the Niners. I mean, that's my hometown team. I was a senior in high school when Joe Montana won Super Bowl 16. I mean, what a great time that was. So I'm all in on San Francisco. I'm curious about Brock Purdy, his sophomore year. What's he going to be? But they have Sam Darnold now, right? So, and I think that's a quarterback they had been pursuing for some time. Now they got him locked in. So it's a good safety net. But and I go look at the Rams. You know what's one thing I'm curious about is I haven't heard much from Stan Kroenke. I mean, is he said anything about the demise of the franchise?
No, they spent all their money, and I think they knew there would be transition, and then all of a sudden transition is here, and I don't think they're going to be very good. You know, and if Sean McVay did not like 5-12 last year, you think he's going to be able to swallow 4-13 or 3-14?
Ouch.
And what happens if Stafford gets hurt? Holy cow. So they had this nice little run when they got here, and they got the stadium built, and then they raised the trophy in the stadium. But I think they're hitting a reset button, and I think coming back is going to take some time. Hey, before